You know, in cybersecurity, we spend billions, literally billions, on the most advanced tech, firewalls, AI detection, you name it. But what if I told you the biggest threat isn't some new super virus? What if it's already inside your organization? Today, we're going to talk about exactly that and how you can turn your biggest risk into your greatest strength.
Okay, so let me ask you something straight up. When you hear cyber breach, what's the first thing that pops into your head? A hacker in a hoodie, right? Some super complex piece of malware? Just think about it for a second. What do you think is the #1 threat?
All right, got your answer? Well, get ready for this, because it might not be what you expect. A massive, and I mean massive, 74% of all breaches involve what experts call the human element. Yep, the biggest threat isn't some faceless attacker from the outside. It's often a simple, unwitting mistake made by someone right on the inside.
So that huge number really gets to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? This is what we mean when we talk about cybersecurity's weakest link. You can have all the fancy, expensive security infrastructure in the world, but one wrong click, one tiny human mistake can bring it all down.
So what does this human element actually look like in the real world? Well, it's the everyday stuff. It's that email that looks just convincing enough and someone clicks the link. It's using password 123 for everything. Or that heart-stopping moment when you realize you sent the company's salary spreadsheet to the wrong person. These are the little cracks, and believe me, attackers are absolute pros at exploiting them.
And if you want to see just how bad this can get, look no further than the massive Target breach. That entire catastrophe, we're talking 40 million customers affected, didn't start with some brilliant hacker cracking a firewall. Nope. It started with stolen login credentials from a third-party vendor. A single human failure that snowballed into a corporate disaster.
And the cost? Wow. The financial hit from these mistakes is just staggering. Right now, the average cost of a single data breach has hit nearly $5 million. Let that sink in for a second. This isn't just an IT problem anymore. It's a massive business risk with very, very real consequences.
Okay, so if people are the problem, what's the solution? Do we just throw more technology at it? Not quite. The real answer is to flip the script. It's about taking that liability and transforming it into your most powerful line of defense. And you do that with effective training.
This is really the core idea right here. On one side, you've got an untrained employee. They're basically an unlocked door, an easy entry point. But with the right education, they become something totally different. They become a human firewall, an alert, proactive defender who can actually spot and report threats before they cause damage. And look, this isn't just a nice theory. We've got hard data to back it up. In phishing simulations, before any training, about a third of employees will click on a malicious link, 1 in 3. But after just a year of consistent training, that number plummets, all the way down to just 5%. That is a massive reduction in risk.
And the benefits go way beyond just stopping phishing attacks. Proper training is a strategic move. Yeah, it helps you meet legal requirements like GDPR and HIPAA and avoid fines. It protects your brand, but most importantly, it empowers your whole team to take ownership of security.
Which brings us to the tangible benefits, because investing in your people's security awareness isn't just another expense on a spreadsheet. It's a true investment with a very clear and very high rate of return. The advantages here are pretty clear. You get better compliance, you build a stronger culture, but look at that biggest slice of the pie. The #1 payoff, you just have fewer security incidents to deal with in the first place. And let's put a real number on that. According to IBM, companies with extensive training programs save on average over $230,000 on the cost of a breach. Think about that. That savings alone often pays for the entire training program, sometimes many times over. At the end of the day, what you're really doing is shifting the culture. When security becomes everyone's job, not just something the IT department handles, you create a company that's fundamentally harder for attackers to get into. You build this environment of shared vigilance. Of course, we've all sat through boring, useless training sessions, right? So not all training is created equal. How do you actually make it effective? Let's break down what goes into a program that genuinely changes behavior, instead of just being a box you have to check. A program that really works is built on these 6 pillars. It's not about a single boring lecture, it's an entire system. For example, role-based content is huge.
It means your accountants get training on financial scams, not just generic advice. And a no-blame culture for reporting is absolutely critical. You want people to feel safe saying, "Oops, I clicked something," so you can fix it immediately rather than having them hide it out of fear.
The ultimate goal here is to build muscle memory. Good security shouldn't be something employees have to look up in a handbook. It should be an automatic reflex. And the way you build that reflex is with frequent, short, bite-sized training sessions, not one long, forgettable seminar once a year.
So when you put all these pieces together, it all builds toward the most important goal of all, creating a true security culture. This isn't a project with a start and end date. It's a commitment to an ongoing journey of awareness and always getting better. And what are we really aiming for? A security-aware culture. It's a workplace where everybody, from the CEO down to the newest intern, understands that protecting data is part of their job. It's an environment where good security becomes as natural as locking the office door when you leave.
So, as we wrap up, I'll leave you with this one last question to think about for your own organization. Right now, is your team an unlocked door, just waiting for an attacker to walk through? Or are they your strongest, most vigilant line of defense? The best part is, with the right approach, that choice is entirely yours.